Chandrasekhar, Chief Coordinating Officer, AICTE, India, to please join us and share his insights.
Good morning, all. What a wonderful day, because we are doing things together now. Previously, we used to do things like skill is a separate entity and education is a separate entity. But after Honorable Prime Minister started thinking these two are interconnected and a union which can transform our country from a developing nation to a developed nation. I think, that's where I'm so happy to see this 9th global education end. That end is very important because it is interconnecting the skills with education, which is very, very important, because as we all dreamt, still we are envisioning that, we want to become a skill capital of the world. At the same time, education capital of the world, knowledge capital of the world. I think these three entities needs to come together, because education has no value without a knowledge. Knowledge has no value without a implementation of that skill on the ground level. I think these are the three ingredients which can take our country forward. And as you all know that, youth of our country is always carving for knowledge, to work somewhere. But till date, or in a decade back, we never gave an opportunity. I'm sure when you all are doing your engineering or diploma or a degree, I'm sure you never got an opportunity on the apprenticeship or internship, right? So now we have changed all this, and and Government of India come up with kind of a policies which basically helping every student to have an interaction with the industry and work with the industry either online or offline or a real time or virtual mode, and learn and adopt the industry capabilities. Because see, industry basically goes on every quarter industry changes, but how many years it takes for academia to change? So the content normally changes once in 3 years or once in 5 years. I think these two are like parallel tracks, what I see. So now slowly we are trying to merge this together and trying to give an opportunity to a student when they are even in the first year of the engineering or first year of the diploma or a degree. So what happens, he can choose any kind of a industry he is interested, and he can work with that industry. And another very interesting ingredient what we started taking is that, like a timeline of a student. Because let's assume I'm a civil engineer, but my interest area is in artificial intelligence. So now Government of India has created a profile in a way that we understand that he's a civil engineer, but his interest area is artificial intelligence, and we started connecting him with the nearby his interest locations, and he can apply to a civil engineering company, but who is working towards a domain of artificial intelligence. I think this kind of a systems, robust systems what we have created, and which resulted giving more than 51 lakh internship opportunities in last 3 years. And we have a target of giving 1 crore internship opportunities, and I'm so thankful to CBSE and all school, because they are the one who basically gives them the basic fundamental knowledge. So we will basically take them and gives them a wings to fly, right? So we are like a Red Bull. Okay, so they are like a basic fundamental, they do all the stuff. So I think, now what happens, slowly the school as well as the higher education started working together with the skill ministry. So if you see my son studying 4th standard, now he started doing a lot of outside assignments. So I'm feeling so happy, because, the bookish knowledge, right, always give you a half gyan. I think now he is going, and now he know how to reach a bank and how to open a bank account. How many of us, when we are children, has learned how to open a bank account? I think this is a fundamental difference, because do it yourself, right? This is one missing ingredient. We never gave them an opportunity to go out and explore. I think now this is another very good thing is happening in our country. At the same time, skilling, reskilling, upskilling, these three words is really working like a magic to our country. Because if you see the Middle East, or if you see the Japan, or a lot of countries, there the demographic age is like that, they need a young professionals, which we can produce. So I always think that, why can't we produce millions of teachers, millions of civil engineers, millions of AI engineers, millions of computer science engineers, millions of lawyers, millions of doctors. so that we can rule the entire world, because you can't have only the IT specialists. You need to have everyone, on every different kind of a domain expertise, so that we can take it forward. Because recently I was surprised of one of the company who is creating rockets in our country. I mean, we never envisioned, because when I was doing my diploma in electronics and telecommunication, I searched for a microchip company to do an internship opportunity. I never found any nanochip creation company in our country. But I'm so thankful to Honorable Prime Minister. He is giving such a kind of incentives now. Within 2 years' time, we will see a nano chips are going to get make in India, nano chips, which we are basically using in our mobiles, right? I think, this is, I call it as a progress. And if you see the kind of a supply chain management systems in our country, because if you see the China, right? I mean, we must learn from them. They have the best of the best port systems, shipping systems. If you see, the biggest docking system is in China, right? So I think, now slowly what India learned, and they started connecting three very important ingredients. One is the road, the second one is air, and the third one is the shipping. So these three got interconnected. So in last 10 years, I would like to thank Nitin Gadkari for his extraordinary vision on this. He is interconnecting these three dots, so that what happens, the product which we produce in our country will easily travel from one place to another place, and it will be a global product, because the overall cost of to produce that product is going to be half if you compare with any other country. So that's a unique proposition what we are creating in our country, and I see that this will take us to a next level, because as of now we are in a third place in a GDP. But I always feel that, how come we don't remember third or second place, right? If I ask you who is the second in 100-meter race in 2000 Olympics, no one remembers. I think we always must target for the number one position. I think I see that language became a barrier in our country, because if you see, 85% people don't speak English, and they don't communicate in English. I think we need to create a solution. So that's where Government of India, we as a AICTE Ministry of Education, we created a wonderful solution called Anuvadini, which basically nullifies this language barrier, and anyone can translate any kind of a document from one language to another language like a Xerox copy, or you can speak in one language, it basically instantly translates into any other language. And imagine you are doing an international event, and where you need a language neutralization, because recently we did one event where an African nation person started speaking English, which I never understood is English. And a Chinese, if you speak with a Chinese and see, the kind of English they speak, right? So we have created an extraordinary neutralization software, which basically neutralizes all the English and give you a plain Indian English, so that you can hear as well as you can read, what they are saying. I think, we are creating a wonderful products. Along with that, as YouTube become a knowledge repository for the entire globe. So it has so many videos where the students and professors or any person, can acquire the knowledge. So we have created something called BharatTube. In that BharatTube, you can put in this URL of a YouTube, and it translates instantly into any Indian language. I think I request all of you to go through this extraordinary tool called Anuvadini. It's our own Make in India large learning model, which we have created in-house, not spent even 1 rupee outside. So everything we have created in-house. And it has one more extraordinary thing called large learning visual model. You can create any Indianized image by just giving a prompt in Indian language. So you can simply say Shivaji Maharaj Gode ke upar aa raha hai. So it will create a unique copyright-free, AI-based generated image for you for free of cost. Because the matter of the fact is, if you go to Open API, any other translation tools or any other available AI engines, it will create an image with a foreign nation, face on it. But here we have trained 1.5 billion parameters to it. So it has that kind of a capability. You can simply say Manipuri girl playing hockey. It will create an image, unique image, copyright-free image with a Manipuri girl playing hockey. that kind of a capability what we have built in it. So I thank everyone for giving this opportunity. Let us all work together as a team Bharat, which is very, very important, because someone, when I was a small kid, someone told me, do you know the difference between this and this? I said, I don't know. I said, these are 5 fingers. He said, no. When you hit someone like this, right, so the total power what you're applying is already divided. When you hit someone like this together, I think, we need to work together as a team Bharat and transform our country from a developing nation to a developed nation, so that we can say that, we have contributed. Because I'm sure when you get retired, someone will definitely question you, maybe your grandparents or, grandsons or your sons, what is that you did for this country? You can proudly say that, we are the one who transferred our country, nation, from a developing nation to a developing nation. Thank you very much, and let's all work together as a team. Thank you very much. Namaste.